OMG, hi! Oh, I didn't do a sound test, so let me know if things are okay or not at any point of the stream. OMG, hi! Okay, I'm still getting ready. So yes, guys. Y'all rocking with the water parks? Alright, thank you. Okay. I'll probably wait a little bit. Maybe I'll do some doodling until more people arrive. But yes. Just cause like kinda awkward starting a stream right away when like people haven't trickled in yet. So I just doodle a little bit. Just gotta pull up a drawing or a new thing. Haven't really been working on anything, so aw, thank you. Let's see. I don't know if the title worked, but I will be doing some kind of tutorial stream. I think I have to pull up some of my notes because I had written a list. Where did I put it? Okay, guys, it's okay. What the freak? JR teacher time. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, for now, I'm going to just doodle. Alright, we in. Actually, yeah. I think I was going to do, what did I not do last time on my tutorial stream? I think, show us what you learned because I learned nothing. So true. Yes, I made it. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I'll just doodle for now until I remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I think last time I did a color, like how I pick my colors. I could do that again because I like talking about that, and I feel like no matter how many times I do it, it won't be in depth enough. So you just kind of had to be there. But I think I said that I was gonna do an anatomy stream, or like a tutorial for how I do that. So I might do that today. It'll just take like a while. Thank you for the follow. You have now become Onion. I could do a line art stream. I don't think I did that. Or not stream. I keep saying stream. Tutorial. Anyways. Yeah. So I guess I'll just talk about my process in the meantime. So y'all rocking with the facing left 3/4 view. Yeah, but anyways, when I sketch, I try to use like a bigger brush than I usually do. So like if I'm lining, then I'll try to use like a thicker brush than I would line. That way I focus less on details and just structure. I think like if you keep the bigger the brush, the less you will like, how do you say this? The less you'll be, I guess, inclined to focus on details. So like you just kind of get the basics down. And I know like something people ask me is like how I practice my anatomy, because like the 3/4 blueprint for artists, yes sir. But like how I get my proportions down, so, or like how I practice anatomy, like I was saying before. I think like I haven't done like those spreads where I just like draw the same or like several figures at a time, because I think it's boring. Don't get me wrong, no hate to people who do that, but like I just think it's boring. So at the end of the day, I just draw a lot, and like the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And I think the easiest way to kind of get in the practice of doing that is like doing something that you really like repetitively. And it might even be an accident. Like for me, like I had like a particular OC that I liked, and so I would draw said OC a whole bunch of times, like on accident. Like that's on me. I drew Manal like 100 times, like within the same couple months or whatever. So like if you're super interested in something and you want to draw a lot of things for it, like just do it. Do not be shamed to draw constantly. Like it helps a lot, and also it helps with like staying consistent, because like your art style doesn't have to be consistent, but maybe sometimes you want to like make sure every time you draw your OC it's the same, so like you can challenge yourself to stay consistent with your design, or at least like the face or something, and like it'll help so much, and it'll trick you into practicing by drawing constantly. So that is the whole idea, is to just trick yourself, honestly. But yeah. And like a good way to start practicing with bodies is by drawing in big shapes first. I feel like that's very basic, but it is. And I feel like there's not really a right or wrong way to do it, because if you want to be super anatomically correct, then maybe there's a right way, but even then, so it's like I've seen many different ways to like break down the human body. But like for me, I have a way of doing it. The scramble of looking for the original design of the OC, so true. But I mean, it's fun to watch like your OC kind of develop design-wise. I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of sketches of stuff until I like it. Anyways. So, like, something that also helps is to keep all your sketches, even if you don't finish it. Like, no, you don't have to always see everything as a work in progress. Sometimes you could just say, like, it's a sketch. Like, say you were like, oh, I want to draw Kaya from Genshin Impact today, and then you sketch something, you decide you don't like it, and then you consider it a work in progress. Sometimes improvement comes with just a different mindset without actually having to draw. So, like, if you don't finish a particular drawing, you can just be like, oh, actually, I intended it to be unfinished or like a sketch. So this is like a part of my practice. And like keeping that healthy mindset with yourself, not like that mindset where not everything has to be finished and like totally polished and complete, will actually help you be able to draw more. So instead of constantly pumping out complete works, because when you do that, you'll tire yourself out, and that's not good. So just keep your sketches, like, honestly, like, just don't delete them. If you don't want to look at it anymore, just do a new layer and hide the other one. And maybe you'll be like cleaning your files someday, and then you'll find a little surprise. Like, it'll be fun. Like, I have I have no idea any of the sketches that I might still have on some of these. But it's like, it's just nice to know that you did a little something, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what I started doing recently? I started playing like Roblox more often. I never really played Roblox as like a kid because I like wasn't really that attached to anything. But now I'm like, it's the only thing keeping me going. So I'm gonna draw my Roblox Sona because I think it's funny. So yeah. Yes, King Roblox. Yeah, wait. I wonder if I can like pull up a picture of my Roblox Sona because it's great. I have a lot of emo clothes. You'll be surprised, like, I'm so surprised that like a lot of or some things are like really cheap, like clothes are only like 5 or 8 Robux. And I got Robux because my boyfriend gets it for free, so OMG, you can. I can like DM you or something after stream. But the Robux economy. So true. Let me just pull up the Roblox. So I have a cat mask right now. I have 2 different ones. I've got to get it. What? Where did it go? Oh, I didn't even pick the picture. Dumbass. It's okay. Okay, wait. Okay, in the corner, there's my Roblox Sona. As much as I would change the body type, I think it's funnier this way, so like, just have like buff, sad, emo freak. The drip is insane. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I'm bald because all the hair is so expensive and I wanted to buy clothes more than anything else. But honestly, it looks fine. Roblox Sona so cool, thank you. I'm glad you think so. Oh. I think also some people ask me like, how is your line art so clean? I don't think of it as line art, I think of it as a clean sketch, and just that mentality has helped me create my own kind of line art. I know like I've tried a lot of different ways, so there's a lot of different ways you can get used to line art if that's something you want to do, but it's also something you don't have to do. Sometimes if you seriously despise it, it just means that's not for you, and that's fine. But for me, I found it easier to just kind of like very slowly like decrease the size of my brush. So I would start with a big one and then slowly go smaller and smaller, and then all of a sudden there's like cool line art. So and then eventually I like the thoughts, they're not coming through. But anyways, eventually I found that like for me having like a thicker line or thicker brush was more comfortable for me when it came to line art, because I used to want super thin line art, but I hated doing it, and so as a result it looked ugly, and I well, there you go. Why did I think you were gonna give him a nose century neck? I can't smell his name. OMG, help, stop, I understand. But yes. Actually, I think I'll just, I don't know. This is just a doodle. Actually, get rid of it. After this doodle, I think I will do tutorial stuff. Anyways, what games I play on Roblox? I play this build a boat game where you build a boat and like go through not an obstacle course, but like a bunch of maps side by side, one after the other, like where there's a bunch of obstacles where if you hit them it will like your boat will take damage, or like specific blocks and your boat will take damage. And I think it's funny because I find like the most hilarious ways to go about it. Or like the fastest way to go across, and it's just funny. Like the other day I spent like 4 hours in that game. I don't know, I was obsessed. I still am, but yeah, I played that game. That's like my favorite game right now. What else? I got not one. Oh no, it is one. I got one. I played Royal High with my friends yesterday. We didn't like RP, it was just kind of a funny experience. Just cause like the customization is unmatched, I'll be honest. And we ran into like Boku no Hero RPers, and we just laughed at them and left. Pretty much. What else? I don't know, we got so invested for a bit. Don't play a whole lot of like games, to be honest. I have yet to find some, so if you have faves, let me know. We can play together. As much as I would like to stream Roblox, like I'm not trying to like expose myself because I don't want anyone to sabotage my stream or anything. Not that I think you guys should do that, but like, you know, it's awkward. Help. Kill. Calling all besties kill. Yeah. Yesterday and the day before, all I did was play Roblox. Like, this is just my life now, but I don't care. I think I also, like, hold back on doing anatomy, I guess, tutorials or, like, tips because, like, I'm not good at it either. I'm just kind of pretending I know things about the body, and it's believable. But everything else, I'm like, yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know how I made this either. Today I played a fashion Roblox game, and I spent 5 hours making Roblox pizzas. So true. Oh my god. I think one of my friends plays the pizza game. We can play together. I don't know if that's something you can do in the pizza game, but yes. We can. My Roblox drip. Immaculate. Do you have any tips on color theory? Yes, I can do that today. I'll do a more intensive one because I feel like last time it was so rushed for no reason. I think I got too excited doing the tutorials that like I just wouldn't shut up, but like in a way that might have been too fast for people to process. So I'll try and like talk slower this time. For now, I will just chill. Draw my Roblox character. So yes. So true. Ahaha. By the way, I'm only playing water parks because like I don't get copyrighted for that, or like my stream doesn't go muted, and I'm not trying to risk anything this time around, so yeah, this is my Roblox Sona. So true. Tell him the whole story. Tell him how I beat you at every fashion show. Stop. If you guys want to know what I went through today, oh, there. So like this image right here, I'll take this off soon. This was like a fashion show game, and I I lost to these two. I won 3rd place. Wilby's in 2nd place, and the 1st place is this taco hat. The prompt in question was princess or king, I think, and yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, it's a bit of a sensitive topic for me. So just take that. We let the Taco King win. I got killed. Help. Not you contributing to 3/5 of... This is so fucked up, guys. Let me see if anybody responded to me on Twitter or my Instagram, because like I had problems loading my stuff a while ago, so I couldn't see. Oh, okay. So let's make a little list. I'll just yeah. Okay. We'll just do tutorial stream. Yeah, anyways. Let's see. We got a clothing fold. We got color theory. We got the digital painting. This one's a little like not vague. What is it? What is the word? I only know like 5 words. It's like there's like a lot of yeah, broad. It's very broad. Like you could there's a lot with this one. So I'll just do the ways that like I like doing, which would be like that one piece that I like constantly repost, which is my Valentine's Day piece. I can show you guys how I paint that one. Oh, I got quite a few. Help. Somebody asked, is the stream on Instagram? Sorry, it is not. Help. Somebody said re-upload or link the part in the previous stream where you explained colors. I'm sorry, I don't keep any of my streams. That one is like, I'm sorry, you just had to be there. Because I refuse to become an art YouTuber. I despise art YouTubers, but we'll go into that another time. Or not. I get to go off right now, but I feel bad doing that. Okay, I got another digitally paint one. Favorite things to draw. Favorite color palette. Skin. I don't think I did that one last time. Skin. I was the one who asked for the link. That's okay, don't worry. Oh, okay. I did not recognize the username. But yeah, like my streams don't save for very long. Like they only stay up for like 2 weeks. And I think I could download the video once I'm done, but like I said titty tutorial. Boob tutorial. Boopy. But yeah, I don't want to be an art YouTuber because I think they're annoying. I don't know, like, to anyone else who has watched art YouTubers, like, does it? I don't know, it feels condescending to watch. Like, oh, okay, you got it. But like, it feels condescending to watch. Like, I know, like, the whole point is to learn stuff, and like they're supposed to be telling you what to do, but like they do it in a certain way that's like annoying to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're not funny. Like, if they were funnier, I would have been fine with it. But like, oh, you know what? Maybe it's because they're like always these like white women. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not looking at the right crowd, but I don't know. It's a little sussy. I just think I don't like people who think that like not being a starving artist is easy or something, because like it's really all about luck when it comes to like an art career. It's not easy doing that, so I don't know. I don't have anything to work off of, but I just don't want to be an art YouTuber. Like, I can understand why they're annoying. And I feel like a lot of art YouTubers, like artists whose main platform is YouTube, like, their art just isn't interesting to me. Or like, listen, I'm not one to dunk on the Tumblr art style, but like, it's very obvious that they hang on to like on Tumblr of all places when they're not doing art. You know what I mean? Like, help. But nobody's perfect like you. You're right. Nobody is as perfect as you. You are the most perfect person ever. Because I love you. Oh. What else did I get? Okay, I did more. Pink hair, pretty boy. That was somebody's ask. Chill out. My bad. I'm sorry for being fruity. Yeah, I think that's about all I got. I think I will do the skin one first because I like coloring skin a lot. So I won't get into, or maybe skin and color theory can go together because they kind of do go together. So like, I don't know what it is exactly that not that people struggle with, because like, you know, I got no art to work with, but I don't want to have that like fix it mentality, you know what I mean? I'll just show you how I do my colors. So if I'm doing a fuck. Oh. Okay, actually. Okay, so it's all coming together. Hold on. I didn't mentally prepare for everything, but it's okay. We got time. So, like, when it comes to skin, you can also look at, like, beauty videos. Like, not makeup videos, but, like, videos that talk about, like, skin color and, like if you have a warm skin tone, a neutral skin tone, or a cool skin tone. Like, I watched that hair guy. What's his name? Bro. Help! That's so vague. Anyways, it's this guy who's like he's a hairstylist and he does like stuff. It's like Hiram with skincare, but like the other guy. I think it starts with a B. His name starts with a B. But anyways, basically I watched his video on like hair color, like what hair color suits you, because you know, I was just thinking about it, but he made a good point. Basically his point was that like cool people with cool skin tones, like who use a warm hair color. Brad Mondo, that's what it is. Thank you so much. Okay, it's him. Thank you. You all have my back. It's him. But anyways, he talked about how like people with cool skin tone colors don't look good, or like it when they have warm hair colors, it looks kind of off. And so he has pictures in the videos. And then same with like vice versa. So like people with warm skin tones, a cool hair color might not like look natural, or like let me just give you an example. So say you have a very warm skin tone color and it's like this. So this is warm, I think. No, it is warm. I've decided it's warm. And your hair color is like a cool mint. Like, it's not bad, but you can like okay, that's not a good mint because I'm too used to like, yeah. So like this is a good start. It's not bad, and not saying it's ugly. I'm just saying that like maybe it's OMG herb cookie. I'm just saying that it doesn't have like harmony to it. Does that make sense? So like with this same hair, or not hair, skin tone, if we want this mint, we can make it warmer by shifting it to the yellow, and maybe a little more saturated, so it's very slight, but like it's a lot more natural looking with these colors. So, but if you still like the skin, the hair color that's here, so we'll do that. No, that doesn't make any sense, forget it. But if you like this hair color, and then maybe the skin tone isn't like, maybe the skin tone isn't matching as well. So to do a cooler skin tone, you go on the more purple side, so you don't have to go all the way to the purple side, but like it's easier when you're learning to have a base like this one, and then I live to spite Brad Mundo. I cut my own hair. Definitely love his advice on color though. Yeah, same. But yeah, it's good to have like a base of like what you have in mind and then changing the color. So if we wanted to change the skin tone to be cooler, we just make it go a little to the purple side. I think it's easier if you do the disc. So like you have this color and you want to go to the purple. I'm pointing to it like you can see it. I might have to use the hand cam for this, but like you want to go to the purple side, so like this way, right? But you don't have to go all the way. It's all in like just the slightness of it. So just like that would be fine. And then making it more gray, or like adding a little gray, and when I say add a little gray, I just mean pushing it to the grayer side, makes it appear cooler, and then making it more saturated makes it appear more warm. So even just like a slight desaturation will help it like look different. So that one's not as different, so I might make it more purple. It's all about trial and error. And like if you want the skin tone to stay the same, the key is to not change it that much. So that's like if you're drawing the same OC and you don't want to change the skin tone, you don't want to change it, you just want to do like a little slight color difference. And like there you get like cool and warm variations. Okay, that one might be a little too purple. So yeah, those could be the same character in different colors. I might even make this one a little like less bright looking. That looks better. So like if I cover this, these two can be the same character, in different lighting. And something to help you practice with, like, when I say lighting, I don't mean like light and shade, by the way. I mean like the tone, like the vibes, the effects, the filter, if you will. So to help do that, you can like start with a colored background. So if you want to have a light purple tint, you can start with a light purple that you like, and then you can also just do this to the whole background if you want to do that, but like for the sake of the tutorial, I will just do a little circle. So you can start with a light purple, and you have to trick your mind into thinking that this is going to be the lightest color in your palette. And so everything you do has to be darker than that unless it's like a hard white. So I'll add a new layer. So if I want to do a skin tone, it's gonna have to be darker than this because like I don't want the skin tone to be like straight up white. So I'm going, before I change the hue, I'm gonna like change it to be darker and a little more saturated because I like my skin tones that way. And then I'm going to push the hue to a warmer color that is less purple but not too orange, so that I get a color for my skin tone. And it depends on what skin tone you're going for, but because I have no character in mind, I'm just gonna do that. And so like there is my skin tone, and you can see like it blends with the purple well, and it almost looks like that you used purple on a multiply layer, which is not bad, by the way. I just like, or I feel like that sounds so weird. It's like, I'm not trying to dunk on multiply layers, but this is how I learned to pick my own colors rather than relying on multiply, because I personally think that I get more control in coloring when I don't use multiply. So I learned to be the multiply filter. So that's kind of my thought process. So if this is my skin tone and I wanted to have brown hair, the brown is like a shade of orange, but I don't want to use orange because it's too different from the purple. So I'm going to need an orange that is like slightly purple, which would be like over here. And since the skin tone is also a shade of orange, I could use the skin tone to create my brown. And so if I want a cooler brown, I can go a little more purple. And like there's my color for brown, like hee coconut head. So now you have a slightly purple tinted like brown haired character, and you can keep going with it. Like we want the eyes, the whites of the eyes. So I'm gonna draw something really ugly on purpose. So here we go. And maybe our, like, what I said in the last stream was like something to make your colors more interesting or like colorful, because there's like bye, this is more motivative than LCD. No, you're right, because like in my color class I was trying to be taught transparency, but it made more sense to me when I was like, oh, I just have to fake a multiply layer. Like that's pretty much all it was. But like that is it, what it is. So that's how I was a favorite in that class. So something that I mentioned in a past stream was to make your blacks and whites different, like your straight black and your straight white, because like there's nothing wrong with that. Like you can make straight black and straight white look good in your art, but for me personally, since this is about how I do my colors, I like having everything be colorful. And so like if I want a black to outline this, I'm not going to choose the straight black, I'm going to choose a purple black. And so the lighter your black is, the more pastel the drawing will feel. And so like because I'm using a purple, I'm going to have a grayish purple for my black. And so this is my black. I'm going to decide that this is the darkest color on my drawing. I'll just do the rest of the face at some other point. But yeah, say this is like my line art. And I guess this is like my half picking skin. I'll do another one. Nicki Minaj. So true. Speaking of Nicki Minaj, I played a Roblox game yesterday that was called Cart Ride to Nicki Minaj, and the description was, ride a cart into Nicki Minaj and win nothing. And I don't know what I expected, but it was exactly that, and I enjoyed it a lot. So definitely recommend the Nicki Minaj cart ride game. But anyways, so I think like part of my interest in makeup and photography has helped me draw, because like it's all connected. Like if I want to figure out how to do poses, I can watch videos on how to pose for your Instagram photos. Even if I'm not doing the actual poses themselves, it helps me pose characters more interestingly. So, I mean, go watch those. Or like how to put together outfits. Like even if it's not for you, maybe it could be for your OC, and like it'll do wonders, I promise. Or like with makeup, I watch like makeup videos. So like one tip that I've learned from makeup videos is to make sure that your blush and lipstick are like the same color. So if you use like an orangey blush, you should use also an orangey lipstick, or like a shade that is orange, you know what I mean? So if I'm doing this and we want a blush color, I'm gonna decide to do a more pink blush. And so I'm gonna have to do some math. So something that I mentioned in my last stream with colors is that color theory is essentially just addition. That's all it is. And so if I want a pinkish blush, I'm gonna do a little bit of pink. So I'm already in the pink zone, so I don't have to change it by that much. But because we have a purple tint, I'm gonna have to shift it a little over to the purple side. And so you'll get the perfect pink blush for what matches your image. And then if I want to have a lipstick tone, I'm going to repeat the same process. So I'm going to move it a little down and darker, but then also shift it to the purple side a little bit. So then I get a color for the lips. And the same would happen if you want to do a warm tone. So I can do a warm tone with like the cool lighting. So how does that look? So I'll do the same thing, same skin tone, just to demonstrate. And I'll do a yellow hair. So that's like that's a direct contrast to like the light color, like the purple color. So, oh wait, I accidentally added the purple in the wrong place, my bad. Hee. So yeah, okay, we got it. So our black will be the same because the light is the same. You're playing Roblox Roll without me? Bruh. Anyways, so same skin tone like I mentioned before, but we're gonna do a warm color. So if we have yellow, which is a direct contrast to purple, our light color, our set filter color. You're streaming? You're right, but still. Anyways, so yellow, I really like using purple as like my tint color. That's what I should have used before. But I like using purple a lot because I like the way colors look when it's a purple tint. So if I want to use blonde hair because it's yellow, but make it work so that it's purple. Future Roblox stream, lol, so true. So like I want it to be this color, but it doesn't match with the light, right? So I'm going to get my light color again, the light purple, that's the background, or like the base color for my tint, and then make a yellow out of that. So because the yellow, I don't want it to be close to white, I'm going to make it darker and then saturated. So I'll do that again, but like with the sliders this time. So I'm going to make it darker and then a little saturated. And then if I look here, that's like about the shade I want the yellow to be. And then I'm going to make it an orange because the orange is more yellow than our skin tone, which is our previous orange. So regular orange is going to become our new yellow, if that makes sense. The entire color wheel is like shifted over a little bit. And so this is like a super ugly yellow, but you can see that it blends well and you get like a yellow that makes sense. If you have this color hair, it's so hard to pull off. But anyways, that's how you make it. And so if you wanted a warmer yellow, you just make it warmer. And it'll look warmer. So here's a warmer yellow for you. Half and half, blonde and also blonde. And if we want to have an orangey kind of blush, we still make it saturated and a little darker, but move it the opposite direction, but not too much. And so now you have an orangey blush. And then if you just do the same thing for the lip color, saturated, a little darker, and depending on like your thoughts or like your preferences, you might add more contrast to it. So it's all just in the preference, but the same process really. And so now you have a warm tone lip color while still keeping the cool lighting. It's a good challenge if you want to figure out colors for yourself. And so we're gonna do the same thing for the eye whites. Super stupid looking flushed emoji type beat. Except let's change the eye color. So let's hypothetically you're drawing a blue haired color. You have time later, can you do a how to draw feet tutorial? I can try because I personally don't know how to draw feet, and I feel really insecure about the way I draw feet, so I don't do it often, but I can say help. I can do like little studies with y'all. I can't read. Thank you for redeeming the drink water though. Thank you. So I'll drink water. So true. I don't know if you can hear that, but I drank water. Alright, back on track. So we're going to try and make a blue color. So the same thing is going to happen. I don't want the blue to look like white, so I use my white to make my blue. I feel like that only makes sense in context of the stream, but without it, like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Or shoot tutorial? So true, you got it. Okay, so I don't want my blue to look like white, but I do hypothetically want it to be a light blue. So I'm not going to change it that much from the white. It's going to be just a little bit darker and a little more saturated. And then to create a blue from a purple, I'm going to move it towards the blue because we're not working with oranges anymore. But I'm not going to move it straight to blue. But like this little like code doesn't always work. So let's try this. Oh, it does work this time. So here we have light blue eyes. And yeah, that's essentially how I picked the colors. So they look like me characters, like or maybe because I don't want it to be black, I'll make it like a darker one of these. So it's like a light eyebrow, or not eyebrow, eyelash color. So true. I'll do the same here. I actually used to look like this in like sophomore year, except with glasses. We'll put glasses on it. Yeah, I used to look like this. So anyways, I'll take this color off, and bam! You got your tinted purple characters, and it's like totally believable. Like, you're aware that this freak's eyes are blue, but if you color pick it, it's purple. That's all. Color theory is just mind games. So there you go. There's a little color theory tutorial. If you want me to do it with a different skin tone, hair color, color in general, or a different tint, feel free to ask. But for now, I will I'll do a how I shade my skin tutorial. Alright, let me write down. Eat and chew. And chew. Heart. And then put a star here because we kind of went over that. And skin I will do next. I'll probably talk about color theory the entire time. I could talk about that forever. The one thing I could talk about forever. Okay, skin. So, the tips you gave on color picking were so helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad they help, and I hope it made sense, because I feel like I either don't make sense or I make enough sense for you to get the message, but if you try to explain it to someone else, it might be difficult. Honestly, it will come through, or like, I'll know if I'm helpful if you can describe it well enough to somebody else. But until we get to that point, just take it. Might have to reach a stream again if it's available. I forget so easily, lol. Don't even worry about it. I can see if I can re-upload this, but like link only maybe, because I don't like, I'm not gonna edit this. Like, I'm not. I just won't. So I'll have like a link only, and then just keep it on my Twitter so that you can see it. But yeah, for now we will do skin. The skin. So for starters, I will do some natural blush and lip colors for different skin tones, and then I'll get into how I shade them. So every skin tone, no matter how light or dark, can have a cool or warm variant. So I'll choose like a neutral tone for now, and then like the when is it according? Yeah, I don't know. It'll make sense, I promise. Anyways, so we'll have a warm version of this. So it's the same tone, just warm. And then this one, but it's more pink, because some people are pink naturally. And so these are all the same, like, lightness, if you will, except for the warmer one maybe, but it doesn't matter. They're all light. And then yeah, let's just work with this. We can do this, guys. So I'll do C for cool, N for neutral, and W for warm. So first we'll do blush color. So for neutral skin tone, it doesn't matter. I know some people have like a yellow blush or like an orange blush preference when it comes to lighter skin tones, and it kind of looks like this, where they don't make it very red, and so it's a little orange, and it's cute. So we'll just go with that for now. But you can also do a cool one. Here, we could do 2. Oh my god, I'm making a grid. It all comes back to math. I'm sorry. Cool and warm. Alright, does that make sense? Alright, so we're going to... Wait, I switched these letters around, idiot. Oh my god. Warm and cool. So we're going to have a warm accent on a neutral face here. Actually, I'll do the last, whatever. Not important. And we'll have a cool accent here. Pink. So I'm doing the same thing as before. The little like saturation, desaturation, and then moving the hue. So you're always going to move the hue. And when you're getting darker, you want the darks to be saturated unless stated otherwise. The stating being yourself saying what your black wants to, what your black is. So like if you're, so for me, I like in quotes always do black like lines. So like that's why usually I recolor my lines last, because the lines might not match with the coloring. And so if I notice that like every time I do a darker shade it gets more saturated, then I'll have a super saturated line art color and it'll work out. But if I have a desaturated line art color, it might look a little ugly. So I can pull up an example of that in a little bit. But for now, I will do some color demonstrations. So here we have a neutral skin tone with cool, warm, like cool accents. And I'll do the same with another set of skin tones. So we have a warm skin tone with warm stuff. It will look like this.
Sorry, this is Wade. Sorry, I missed your call.
So everything is relative to each other. For me, I use like either the skin tone, the color, or the color white, or the color black as like my main 3 base tones. And like every other color is based off of those. We'll have a warm version of these. Not too warm so that it doesn't, that it looks natural. Like, so what happens is if it's like too pink, then it will look cartoony, which is like good for your style if you like want it to look that way, but for me, I don't. So I'm not bashing on it. I'm just saying I want to use a more natural color. I don't know if that sounds weird. I'm sorry. But anyways, we'll continue. I'm not trying to be an art police. That's what it is. I feel like art YouTubers are art policers. Like they don't make it obvious that like they, or even people who make tutorials in general. That's why I've been so scared to do tutorials. Like, cause I hate the art tutorials which are like yes and no, because that's not what it is. It's all in the preference. So right now you are learning my preferences. All right, we're gonna move on to the cool skin tone with warm. So because it's not in a particular colored tint, we're not going to shift it the backwards way, which would be towards the yellow, because then you're gonna get straight up yellow cheeks and that will make it look like a bruise. So you're going to still move it to the red, even if it is going to be a warm blush, if that makes sense. And the same thing down here, darker but more saturated red. And then we're going to make a cool one for this one. So yes. There we go. So true. All right, so there's our little chart here. This is 3 versions of the same like skin tone. I don't know. With 2 different blushes. And so like it's all in the preference. So like this blob down here might look better with pink hair. And so we can use the same color for the blush for a pink that's like cute. And then maybe this one might look good in orange hair. So we'll make it orange. And it's cute. I'll just leave those there. Anyways, so we're gonna do I'm gonna do the same thing with a different set. So cool, neutral, warm, warm, and cool again. Oh, help. And you can also do these practices with me or at another time so that you can learn how to pick your colors the way I do, if that is you want to, or that you like the colors that I pick for myself. So you can do that. So let's do a dark skin tone that is neutral. A darker skin tone. This isn't that dark. But it is, but it isn't. Depends. Anyways, so we're gonna have a warm variant of this. So move it a little to yellow. And you have to trick your mind because sometimes like this might look too gray, so you have to make it what you think is lighter, but it's still kind of the same. Oh my god, that looks too the same. Never mind. But you get what I'm like saying. You know, you don't want to make it too different when you're altering the warmth of your color. It just has to make sense. Anyways, thank you for the follow. You've now become Onion. Thank you for doing dark skin. I was too shy to ask. Don't worry, I was gonna do it to begin with. I can do it again all the time with different ones. But yeah. So then we're gonna take this neutral and then do a cooler version. So it might look a little red, but if you adjust it right, it'll look like a cool version of that one. It's all about tricking your eyes and everybody else's eyes. So like, you know this is supposed to be brown, but it's red, or a shade of red. Oh my god, there's a bug on me. Your whole theme is so adorable, thank you. But yeah, here's the same like shade with different temperatures. I need to start using different words. I keep using the same like 5 words for like my color references, but here's the same shade of skin in different temperatures. Although the cooler one might look darker than this one, which it is a little bit, but hopefully you get the idea. I can adjust it more, but I think I'll just settle with this. So we're going to start with the neutral, a warm for the neutral. So I'm not going to move to the yellow side, I'm only going to move to the red slightly, and then dark enough so that it makes sense. But then also dark enough so you can see it. That makes sense. And then for I usually like using cooler things. Not things, what the fuck. Like cooler blush and lipstick and whatnot when it comes to darker skin tones, because I feel like it looks better, it looks more colorful. But of course that is a preference. Maybe they don't have blush on, so it doesn't matter, but the same thing applies. It's all the same. I feel like some people who like some not people, some idiots or I can't say idiots because some people genuinely like don't know and just want to learn, but like some people who think or have been convinced that dark skin is different coloring than light skin, their argument is that they don't know because it's different. It's not different. I'm showing you right now that it's exactly the same. So nobody can argue with that to me because it is exactly the same. It is no different. So here you go. This black that I used for this this writing is actually appearing a little gray. If you see right here, it's tricking your mind because see, the black when it's on white looks so dark, but when you put black on another dark color, it might not look as dark. So this is what I'm saying when I'm like recoloring my line art. So I'm gonna quote unquote recolor my line art even though it's just dots, to make it make more sense. So because this is so saturated, I'm going to make this, because it's the darkest color right now, and make a color that's darker and more saturated than that. And there you go. It's a black that makes sense. Same here. Alright, we'll move on to the warmer one now. Okay. Move a little bit more. Move. I don't know if you can like see my slider as it happens. I feel like it makes more sense when you can see my hand. But yeah. Let's do a warm one for this one. So we're gonna move it a lot, but not too much because then it looks out of place. Lots of adjusting. So okay, that looks weird. I'm just gonna restart. It's okay to mess up. Actually, this is fine. It looks slightly different than the other one, but it's okay. It's okay. And sometimes the saturation is too bright, so then you want to like desaturate it, even though that's like not a part of the code. So, cat face. And we'll do the dots again. This is so helpful. I'm definitely gonna watch the VOD later. My friends are having a Marvel marathon right now, so I can't watch. Don't worry! I'll keep it up, and I think because this is like a tutorial stream, I'll try and re-upload it somewhere. So look out on my Twitter and or Instagram for the like re-uploaded VOD. That is, if it doesn't mute itself. I'm like crossing fingers. If it does mute, then I will edit it to redo the colors, or not the colors. Oh my god, help my brain. To redo the commentary. It's okay. I'll figure things out. Do not worry. Alright, we're gonna move on to the cooler skin tone. And move it. This is where it gets difficult when it comes to the warm colors because we're already in cool territory when it comes to the color wheel. So everything is just gonna look cool. Okay, and then a more cool version of this. So true. And you may adjust this to your liking when you do it by yourself if you do. But yeah, there you go. If you missed, don't worry about it too much. I appreciate the help already. Thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah, here's a darker skin tone variant. Now I'm going to get into some rendering. I'll use this one because I like it better. Actually, I'll just do both for good measure. So for this one, I really like the warm skin tone with the cool blush and lipstick colors, so I'll just point to that. I'm gonna do that one, and I'm also going to do this one because those are my favorites from each of these. And so I'll do this one first. Oh, thank you for the follow. You've now become Onion. Rendering, whoa, we getting in the cool guy zone now. So true. Alright, maybe I'll do some sketches real quick of like random characters. So there's no like one way to show you how to render like it all depends on like what else you want to do. Like I can't exactly tell you how to render skin like by itself, but I can tell you how to incorporate like the tint of your drawing with your skin tone. Let's do different face shape. I feel like I always do that face shape. Also, for like facial markings, I just did these real quick, but it's half of this, and then half of that. That's what they actually are, but it's not like evenly spaced. That's just for realism, not like perfectness or like cartoony. Like obviously it doesn't match, but anyways, let's just draw some people. I'm not going to make these like super amazing or anything. It's just for the coloring, not the swag. Can you tell I like drawing spiky hair? So what I'm doing here is I'm just, you know, framing the face. I watch hairstyle or like hair cutting videos and like stuff to figure out hairstyles. It's all, everything is together. This is my OC Gilbert. Hi, big fan of your art. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Very much swag anyway though. Anyways, I use these little triangles or I add them to like my flat hair to add dimension. This one's not very serious, so it doesn't like look cool or anything. But I add it like to a hair flip that looks like this. Instead of doing all that, I just do this and then a triangle to simplify. And it gets the same thing across. And then when I to add dimension between the head or like the face and the neck, I add a little black like space there. It isn't so serious, so I'll get into line art next even. And then do another character here. So true. Hairstyle, there's so many. I'm stuck. I'll do some twists. Oh my god, help. Not going to go too detailed. I'm just doing the skin rendering, so... That's another thing. I always get like, how do you draw hair? Like, what kind? We're gonna be here forever if I'm gonna teach you how to draw every hair ever. So, if you ever want to ask me how I draw hair, just specify which hair you want to draw and then I can help you. Because when it's too broad, I don't know what to do with myself. Alright, anyways, so cute. I love the way you draw eyes. Thank you. Alright, let's get into the actual coloring now. So, I'm gonna use this black from before on this character because I'm going to give this character the skin tone that we used. Alpha lock and then fill. So now we have the two different black line arts. And we're gonna color, yes! So this one that I pointed the arrow to, we're gonna use these exact colors. I'm gonna show you how it all comes together. So I'm gonna use the base. This blush color I'm going to use also as my shadow color. So, my blush. So I'm using my Apple pencil at an angle with my brush that I made, Swag Pencil 3. Because the way it works is if you do it with the tip down, it looks like this. But if you use it on the side, it looks like this. So, there you go. So I'm going to use this as my blush, like before, but I'm also going to use it to do the little outlines and the beginning of the lips. I'm going to do a little bit on the edge right here. And then we're going to fade down. And do it on the edges here on the neck. A little clean up as we go. I'm going to use this lip color again on the lips because it makes sense. So usually I make the top lip. Swag pen, my beloved. Yes, sir. I always make the top lip darker and mostly the same color than the bottom lip when it comes to natural lip colors because it is like that. And so I use this dark one and then I do a little radiant on the bottom lip. And if you wanted to do lipstick, you just keep layering on that color and it'll make more sense. So I'm gonna use this. Oh, that's white. My bad. Under the eyes. And like, gonna use it very minimally, not as much as I used the other one. So here's like simple. Damn, so fine. Yes. And so I'm gonna do some highlights. You can go about this in two different ways, and depending on which way, you have to stay consistent the entire time of the image. So I'm going to use, because this one is a warm, I'm going to do a cool highlight just to spice things up a little. So I'm gonna go backwards, so to the red, but make it lighter. And it might not look right, so like that doesn't look right. So we're gonna keep going until it does. So it's still not light enough. You want the highlight to be lighter than the skin, so gonna keep going until it makes sense. So that's a little too cool. There you go. There you go. Alright, there's the highlight. Top of the lip, bottom lip, nose if that is like your art preference, inner eye corners, and right under here, right under like the corners of the lips. And then you're gonna do the shadow at the top corner of the lips, and then that'll like create the more depth. I know I'm going around supporting Twitch. You can call me Oni. How are you? Thank you. I'll follow for fun. You got it. But yes, inner eye corners. So this is also where my knowledge of makeup videos comes from. So like inner eye corners, you do that in makeup too. And like maybe you don't highlight like the corners of the mouth, but like I noticed that's where it is. But usually you highlight like the cupid's bow, which is like the top part of your lip, and then I just put a lip highlight for good measure. Some people who like the glossy eye look will put it on like their eyelids. So like some artists do that. But yeah, all the highlights are usually into the face. Otherwise, if you put it around the whole body, it's gonna look oily. You can put it on the cheeks if you have space. But you know, you don't want to overdo it. Sometimes you don't, and that's fine. Same with like contouring, it all comes together. So like maybe I want more dimension in the face, so I add the shadows down here. And if it's too sharp, I'll just blend it out. And yeah, there you go, swag. I use this, so you use the swag pen for blending, yes. So if I go to the smudge tool, so I use the smudge tool only a little bit, because if I smudge, it gets rid of the texture of the swag pen. So I don't do it that much, but if I want it to look smooth, then I like do it anyways. But yes. So here, the bangs are blunt, so the shadow will also be blunt. If it was like fluffy or frizzy hair, then it might look a little different. Shadows will also be sharper when the object is closer, and then softer when the object is away. So you might maybe make it softer at the end of the bang shadow here, because the shadow is farther away. Or down here, it might not be as sharp, so you make it soft. You make this soft too. Natural. And shadow at the nose. Tear duct, I don't know. And this highlight I'm going to use is the white 2. Because why not? Actually, it looks too red. Oomph looks high, so I'm going to do a cooler color. A little gray. Gonna shadow either with a purple. Oh, what were we doing here? Well, it's cool, so we'll just go with purple. And then this pink, which is the same as the cheeks, I'll use for the hair. So it may look a little orange right now because the skin is rendered, but not the hair. But I'll just do a quick render for the hair so we can move on. Yeah. Yay. Okay. And then we did cool highlights. We're gonna do cool highlights here. And maybe at the end of the day, it's not enough for you. It's fine if it isn't. I'm trying to get used to using more blend layers and all that to edit my colors and stuff. So maybe I'll get into like the editing process after I color this one. So we're gonna go with this. Oh, help. Oops. So we're gonna color this one. So we did the whole thing in advance already, so now we all have our colors. I'm going to do the same thing. So cheeks, nose, those are where you apply blush usually, and then I'll also use it as my first pass for shading. So the idea with shading is that, for me, I like to layer it. So if it's not dark enough, I'll get a color that is darker, and then I'll keep going until I'm satisfied. So when it comes to black people or darker skinned people, lips are a little different. They look a little less similar, so you'll have this is what I was saying with like the darker lip and then the lighter bottom lip. So like, it depends on the person. Some people who have like a dark upper lip aren't as dark. I don't know, you just have to look at real people. Like, if you're trying to draw people, you should look at people too. But yeah, it changes for everybody. And then when it comes to like this lip color down here, it's still a little pink because, you know, there's no melanin on the very inside of the lip, or it's less melanin. So for some people it's a little more pink, and some people it's a little more orange. I just came, but I got motivation by just watching you draw. Bye, have fun, good luck on your stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. So sometimes it's like more on the pink side, more on the orange. It just depends. Actually, it's more pink than it is orange. I feel like if it's orange, there are some concerns. So it's a little bit pink on the inside. It's not the whole thing is pink. It's a little pink on the inside, and then it's a little dark on the outside. Just this. Yeah, so it looks a little bit like that. And then if it's like lipstick or something, Ozzy, do you like Twister Wonderland? I'll be honest. I'll come clean with you. I don't know if I would call it a hyperfixation, only because I'm not diagnosed with like ADHD and or autism, so I feel like I can't use that word, but I definitely feel like that's what it was. So I'm not really as passionate about it anymore. But I mean, I don't hate it. I'm just like not as interested, which makes me sad because like that was the one thing I was super passionate about, like for the first time ever. Sometimes I still miss being insane. Alright, let's continue here. I'm gonna do warm highlights because the other one is cool highlights. So, do slightly lighter, slightly warmer. Ew, that's so gross. We're going back. Okay, that's better. No, it's not. All in the trial and or error, besties. So when it comes to, you could do this with any skin tone. I just didn't do it with the last one because I didn't really have a nose there. But you can highlight the outsides of the nose a little bit to give dimension to your nose. Again, we're gonna do the corners of the lips, the bow. But we're not gonna use this color for the lip highlight because it's different. Inner eyes. And sometimes you do a little bit under the eyebrow. Do a nose highlight. Little eye. And then for the lips. Actually, I just won't do a shine because we're going for a natural look, so. We're gonna go with a warm eye. So, little orange and gray. Because sometimes when you have a dark skin tone, a super light white is gonna look really awkward. Or like, it's too, straining, I guess. The contrast is a little too straining. So you might, to make it easier on the eyes, you will also do a darker white. So on here, it's gonna be like, ooh, what is this pink color? But then like, if you put it here, it's like, oh, okay. Nice. Shade it. Actually, let's shade it with a green. Shading white with like a turquoise or green. So if we want to do green, we're gonna move it a little to the green, but not to the actual green, and then make it cooler and darker. And adjust wherever necessary to get a green. Yes, yes, okay. Oops. More here. Do cheek. Highlight. Blend it out a bit. It's not too much. We might do a little cheek contour. So when it comes to contour, you want it dark at the bottom, or like it's going to be dark from the bottom and then light going up, because that's how it is in makeup. Would you look at that? Oh my god. Anyways, I might darken the lips a little bit more because I like the contrast. Darken a little bit of everything. I like this one better than the other one. I feel like the other one I like totally messed up. It's okay. I didn't come up with a hair color for this. What did we use? It's a cool skin tone, so we'll use a cool color. Any oomph in the chat want to give me a cool color for the hair color, and then I'll just pick one that makes sense. Me waiting for the stream lag or the stream delay. Cool pink in my heart always. White. Let's do both. Okay, so we'll do a cool pink. That means the pink won't be an orangey pink. It'll be a purpley pink. So, is this it? No. Trial and error, besties. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh my god, it's gonna look like little marshmallow ropes. Yes. So cute. Okay. I won't shade this one because I don't feel like it, but... Alright, look. We got lucky. The white is like... It works with the pink. So lucky. Because sometimes I have to adjust it because it doesn't make sense with like whatever color I'm putting together. Maybe we'll add some cool roots. Yes, sir. Very cool. Let's add some eye colors for the lols. This one. Green eyes, but a warm green. It looks a little more yellow. So yes. Why don't we give this one green eyes as well, but a cooler green. Oops, help, let me out. Okay, that's so bright. Okay, this is better. Yay. So true. Help, I got invested in the stream. I didn't realize my computer hit 1% then died. Oh no. Welcome back. Yeah, okay, there was my little skin rendering tutorial. Why don't we expand the skin rendering tutorial and draw some hands? So I feel like, oh, my bad, I drew a line. Oh my god, what happened? Oh, just kidding. I just put it all in one because I'm probably gonna edit it later, so. Now let's do some hands. So I feel like, okay, what was I saying before? When it comes to like the topic of light palms, like you immediately think light palms on darker skin, but the truth is everybody has light palms. It's just that like if your skin is lighter, the difference between like the backside of your hand and like the palm doesn't look as different. So like even if your skin tone is like not super dark or anything, it's just kind of medium, you know, you'll still see a difference. So I'll do like 3. Like that's not really a good representation on palms, but I think the same message gets across. So I have a hack for y'all when it comes to doing two-toned anything. So let's just do a hand right now that shows a palm, but also the back of the hand. So I'm going to start with this. I'm not usually this like analytical with my hands. I'll just be real with y'all, hands always look better with a reference, so like just don't look so hard. I'm not referencing this. You know what? Sure. Okay. Here's our little hand model. Going to use this one. Hand reveal. Oh my god. You know what? Speaking of hand reveal, I remember I went through an era where I was so embarrassed at looking myself, I deleted every image of myself off the internet, or like tried to. And I wanted to be like a faceless artist again. But it didn't work because I think I'm sexy and I need the world to know, so. So there's your little funny story. This might be a bigger thumb. Who knows? I feel like this is proportioned weirdly. It's okay. So true. Thank you for the follow. You've now become Onion. I don't know why that stuck for me. I just like it. Anyway, something to make your hands look cooler no matter what is nails. So different people have different nail beds. Like if this is your finger, some people have a square nail bed. Some people have a round nail bed. I have square nail beds on my thumbs and then round ones everywhere else. So like, yeah, love that for me. But yeah, let's add some fingernails. It just adds dimension to your hand. And the nails like bump out a little unless you have really flat nails. But if your nail is like completely flat, then that also means like your finger is completely flat, which is weird. Just gonna add some nails. So true. Look at us. I don't think I know anybody with like round nail beds on their thumbs. No right way to do it. Just nails be like. All right. Let's color. All right, here comes my hack. So y'all are going to be a little mad for like a brief moment, but here is what's going to happen. I'm going to color and shade everything the same momentarily. Don't panic. Just for a moment. And then I'm going to use clipping masks to do everything else. Oh. Oops, where's my color? Help. Is it the same? Oh my god, that's the same. My bad. Okay, there we go. So, on all the joints here. Back of the hand, edges. Yes, yes. All according to plan. Inside of the hand. And then go darker. Oh wait, no. We're gonna go darker on a new layer. So each little color has its own thing, right? Trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, so now we have our totally fully shaded hand in one color. So what's gonna happen is we're going to duplicate this entire thing. I'm only doing it in a group because you can't duplicate several layers otherwise in Procreate, which is ugly and messed up. But anyways, so we're gonna duplicate the whole thing, put everything on alpha lock, and then make a light variant of it. So when you're doing this on a full body, you don't have to do it for the entire skin. You could just duplicate only the hand part. Also because ew. But anyways, so you're gonna put alpha lock on all of your new duplicated layers, and then select your inner palm color. So when it comes to like inner palms, it's not a straight light color. It's a lack of melanin, but not a pale skin tone. Does that make sense? So I personally don't have super dark skin, but if you look at someone who does, you'll notice that like the cracks of the hands and like all the little folds are more are darker than like the other parts. So like when it's light palms, it's not everything in the light palm. All the little folds will be dark or like darker than the palm color. So, and then also the palm color is the same as like the inner lip. Like it's different for everybody. Some people who are a more medium skin tone, or like even some people with dark skin, their palms might not look like another person's light palms. It's getting late for me. Thank you for doing tutorials though. I had a great time. They send you a hug. Thank you for coming. It means so much to me. Anyways, so you can, when you do the light palms, it is going to be different for everybody. There's no right way to do it, but there's certainly a wrong way to do it, so just look out for that. So because everything is on alpha lock, you're going to recolor the entire thing. So this is my new palm color, and then I have 2 shading layers, so I'm going to create shading for each one, a color for each one. Yes, we following? And so now you have a new one. Then you're going to flatten this, so now you have your 2 different ones. And then you're going to select mask and make sure the mask is empty, so usually that means the color black in the mask. And then you're going to use the white, straight white, because the mask only, or a mask, will you keep the stream up for some days? Yes, it'll automatically be on Twitch for 2 weeks, but I can re-upload it somewhere else if you still need it, so don't worry. Anyways, back to stream. So masks, this kind of layer only reads black and white. I know some programs only have black and white for their masks, but the cool thing about Procreate is that it also reads grays, or like the in-between, and it'll make it a transparent instead of just like solid or not solid. But for this scenario, we are going to use a straight white to fill in our mask. And so what that's going to do is going to allow us to color in, you know, the light version that we just made. So we're going to color only the inside of the palm. So that means half of the finger, but then also at the very tip of the fingertips. Yes. So like around this nail bed, you see like the little narrow part? That will also be light. Fancy, yes, very fancy. So this being said, if it's super cartoony, super simplified, you might not need to do light palms. Like, it depends on the style. If you're doing it a more realistic, or like even if it's anime and it's like, you know, realistic proportions for the most part, you might want to do light palms. But if light palms doesn't make sense, like if you're doing like ball hands, light palms aren't gonna make any sense there. So just, you know, it'll make sense when it has to. So gonna make the entire inside light, and then if we're going extra realistic, we can erase the parts that are at the crease, or all of the little hand folds, even like right here, like in between the little finger parts. And then you'll have your realistic hand. Hey, yo. Yes, sir. And there you have it, your light palms. So here's no light palms, and then light palms. So much dynamicness happening right there. And then I'll show you how to do fingernails. So underneath your fingernail, there's also a lack of melanin. So again, it's going to vary with different skin tones. So here, our lack of melanin is this color. But you might want to go lighter when it comes to dark skin. So I'll show you what that looks like. Also, no matter what, the nail bed is going to look a little pink. So we'll do a light pink. Like this. And then it gets a little dark at the very, like, right here. Nails also look different depending on your diet and health, so, but you don't have to go that specific unless you love those little details. And it's gonna go light again, so we're gonna do this. And then little yellowish gray, the tips. Fingernails, yes. And then the like the nail, the white part, isn't like a straight white. It's like a grayish yellow. So they're gonna do exactly that. Grayish yellow. So true. And you might not always do nails this close up, but if it is, you can even get this darker color again and then do it against the light, the white part, and it'll be like super realistic. That's what it looks like. There you go. Some realistic nails for you. I think that is about it for skin. If you ever want me to see me do something else, I will gladly do it. But for now, we are going to move on. Alright, let's see here. Group this up. And go back to our checklist. We did skin, finally! The buby. I'll do that one real quick. Here we go. Boopy. So, I'm not going to gender boobs. It's just different. But if it's like, gee, I don't know how to explain. Boobs depend on, the body type. So like a skinny person isn't going to have huge boobs. If you have huge boobs, you're likely also a little huge, or like they're gonna match. Like a skinny person can only have boobs so big, and like a bigger person can only have boobs so small. So there you have it. So you have, they also look very different. Like small, like they can look like this, but they can also be closer together. If they're supported, they're not gonna look like this exactly, but like even just a straight line, and then like this can show that they are very huge. So, I don't know. There's your quick little tutorial. Also, the bigger, the saggier, that's just the truth because they're heavier. So like, big boob might not look like this. It's probably going to look more like this, or like this. Who knows? It just depends. Yeah, that's all I got for you. They're only quote unquote perky if they're like super small. Because even people with like small ones will have a little droop there. Yeah. I can't have that up for long. What if I get killed? Anyways, there you go. My tiny tutorial. Star. I think I'll do digital painting and clothing fold in one. So here we go. To paint the way that I did in my lavender loving piece, I should pull it up real quick just to show y'all. OMG, do I even have it? I'm a fake fan of myself. One sec. I'll pull it up in a second. Hehe. Okay, I have it pulled up. Sort of. Wait, hold on. Okay, we're back. So here is my lavender loving piece that I love so much because it's the best thing I'll ever draw. And anyways, so I will show y'all how to paint like this. Some tips from this is that none of this is line art. It's completely painted. And I get the illusion of line art a little bit by the way that the technique that I use to paint. Yes, this piece being so hard every time. Thank you. But anyways, I will show you the basics on how to paint like this. So, some other things that I might note. There are some things I could have added a little more. So I took inspiration from like my oomph artists. I'll type in the chat because it might not come through, but Naifu and Mazamuno on Twitter. I am somehow mutuals with both of them, but that's my inspiration, and something that they do, or people who do this kind of painting style, is they shade with black in super dark areas. So if you see like under the neck here, or like under the head, there's some black. There's some black in the fingers. Black right under the sweater, right here in between the legs, under the skirt. So like, yeah, that adds more dimension. It also gives the illusion of line art when needed, but that's just how I do it. OMG, all my pieces of me. Look at that. Let me go back to our the tutorial land. All right, give me a sec to reconfigure my space. I can't have y'all looking at my freak canvases. Embarrassing. All right. And we're back. So, I will teach y'all this trick to painting with this, and it's all in Swag Pencil 3. I did the entire thing with that one brush, with the exception of this little hard sparkle brush that I made, but all of it was with Swag Pencil 3. And let me tell you, Swag Pen 3, my bestie. So true. Best friend, boyfriend, friend, everything has end except for Swag Pen. What a Swag Pencil. Very true. And keep in mind that Swag Pencil is free. I had the link on, if you look up Swag Pen or like Swag Set, Swag Brush Set, and then like from me. So let me type into the chat what you can search up from Ezeratus Swag Set. And you can find the link if you look this up on Twitter. So, two questions that are kind of related. Do you think you'll make another brush set? And do you think it could have the sparkle pen? Yes. I make brushes whenever they're like convenient for me, so I just kind of like put it out there when I have convenient brushes. So if you look at my current brush set, I have like all these little cute patterns, shapes, yeah, some simple stuff. So like I have checker pattern, like a polka dot. The nice thing about the polka dot is that it stays the same, so you could do several brushes and it's the same. Anyways, moving on. Getting off topic. I will drop my new brush set soon. Thank you for reminding me to do so. But digital painting! OMG! So, let's sketch something. I'll do a side profile of my Sona. there's a bug on my Drake, help. Anyways. Yeah, that is going to have to do for now. And then, we're gonna start painting right away. So, going to have your base color or whatever you're drawing. Doesn't matter which color, just like, you know, what you want it to be. So for me, I'm going to separate the skin. So I'm going to do the face and then the neck after. Going to erase the parts that I don't, you know, necessarily want. All that fun stuff. I'm gonna set it on alpha lock. So what that's gonna do is that, like, it's like clipping mask, but just all in one layer. But if you erase and you try and draw it again, it's not gonna count. So I'm gonna shade it like normal. I talked about my shading earlier, so try and make this quick. But it's all in the smudge tool. So the nice thing about this swag pencil is that it's hard on one edge and soft on the other. So if you press down, you'll get a hard edge. And then if you are soft, then you get a soft edge. So that's how I maneuver this. So I'm gonna do this, you know, soften the whole thing out. But at the edge of the nose, I'm gonna press down to create the illusion of the edge of the nose. Do the same to kind of push the colors around. So it's all about pressing down in the right areas. You might also shade your blush differently in this case, so I'm gonna redo it and have it from the bottom instead. Don't worry if it looks too harsh, you can always blend it out later. You want it to look soft, so we're gonna get rid of the texture. Do some lip action. Do the shadows. And you still want it to look a little flat, so... Oh wait, I thought that was entirely different. Help. You don't, well, okay. I say you, but like... The idea is to make it look like a 3D... well... The trick is to make it look like an anime figure, so you're still having this flatness, but it's still dimensional. So... Go do a thin outline here. Maybe I won't draw my Sona. This doesn't look like what it would be. It's fine. coloring. Oh. So yes. So it's just kind of like mindless action. And the more you do it, the more it makes sense. So if you have a flat one edge like here, you can smudge. Oh, make sure it's not too close. Press down and smudge and keep that sharp. Then everything else is like soft. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just drawing a person now. Also, you can use layers if you want. I just have a practice of doing all the same layer for stuff. So like there's no hate if you want to use a clipping mask. But the trick is to just keep it sharp. Do you ever do speed paints? I do not. I thought about it, but also like I don't know. I don't know who would watch those. I could always like re-upload or like upload the speed paints that are like automatic. We could watch them together right now. If there's any piece that of mine that you want to see the speed paint of, I'll show you right now. Like, yes. And if not, your process is so mesmerizing. Yeah, if you have like a favorite piece of mine, I'll show you right now. But if not, no worries, I could just pick one. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think you can kind of get the gist of what's happening with like my painting. All lineless. And when in doubt, look up a reference. If you're okay with showing the purple one, it's on the head always. Sure thing. Did the Twitch preview eat my message? Hello. Don't worry about it. Also, sure. I'll show you. Let me just double check. Yeah, so we use the smudge tool for everything. Sharpening things up. And yeah, actually this kind of looks like one of my friends. Anyways. I will not be drawing my Sona anymore. Yes. Do some stray hair. Actually, we'll do stray hairs afterwards because that counts as fine detailing. Shadowing under the hair here. What if separate character for tutorial purposes? Oh, you're so right. OMG. I will look into that. Maybe we'll do that in a bit. Or in another stream, who knows. It's hard to figure out what the perfect tutorial example is. Yeah, so I'm using a smaller version of the brush to really like finalize my silhouette here. And then this is the best part. I love doing the hair for this. So we're gonna do a light pass. It's all in the smudge. It's like magic. So here we go, some basicness. Watch, just observe. So we're gonna smudge the edge so that we get a outline. So all the smudge tool. Smudge up, smudge down. Smudge up, smudge down. Smudge up, smudge down. Smudge up, smudge down. Magic, bro. I'm telling you, this is like it. This is making me want to do my art like this again. But this is how you make the smudge tool look good. And then if you gotta go bigger sometimes, you know, it is what it is. Smudge down, smudge up, smudge down. Down the entire thing, go up, and then go down. Down, up, down, up. Keeping it sharp so that we got some hair action. All in the direction of the hair. Magic, magic. It's so fun too. Highly recommend painting this way. With the swag pen, of course, or with any other brush that can do the same effect, have like soft and hard aspects to it. It will work. Look at that! We just rendered in like minutes. A minute. This one song has been playing and we just did it all. And then you can keep going with it. So we're going to do the same thing with a darker color and just keep adding more dimension. So I'm gonna do clipping mask this time so I don't smudge up the whole thing. Do a darker color. So this is where you have to get a little bit technical. Get underneath and all the little crevices. And this right here, you can have a little triangle of shadow. Right here. All these little corners. Corner. Corner. And then the entire thing is going to be outlined with this dark color. For dimension. So I'm using the so if you have too much going on, smudge tool always has your back. Do a little green in here. Oh. up to make it sharp, and down to make it fluffy. It only makes sense once you actually get around to doing it, so let me know if you ever decide to do it this way, and swagness. I want to use these tips so bad, but I've been following our but it's starting to look like yours. So true. I mean, I don't even mind. Like, so true. The step of making it look like an anime figurine is so cool, right? Right? Yeah, like, I think it'll be super cool if you try and redraw an anime figure, because then it's going to all make sense to you. It's going to be like, hey, yo, like, this is exactly what I'm trying to draw. And it's going to make sense. Because, like, the cool thing about anime figures is that, like, it's 2D with the 3D dimensionness, you know? The dimension that everybody craves, the shading, it's all there, but with the 2D appeal. I sound like an incel. I'm sorry. But yeah, look at that! Oh my god! And maybe you want to go into it a little more. I don't know. Add some here and there. And here we have our eyelashes. I'm gonna merge for the time being. Very yes. We might have this dark color underneath the hair a little. For shadow. A darker shadow so that it looks closer together. Right there. So we can make these lips look closer together. Have a nostril. Let's add highlights to the hair. Highlights will be the same action, the up, the down. So all you're doing is just applying it the direction in which it goes. And the amount. We did the same thing. Up and down action to get the spikiness. And this is just for like straight hair. I have yet to like nail down a technique for other hair types, but this has definitely worked for me. So after I highlight this hair, I am going to show you the speed paint of my purple piece. I don't know if like this technique kind of like shows through in that speed paint, but you can take a gander for yourself. We are experiencing yasness. Maybe that's not enough dimension, so I'll erase some. Erase the bottom. Oh yeah, that's too powerful. erase the bottom, a little at the top. So true. Rendering curly hair is so painful, but it's all I draw. Don't worry, you can make it fun. I promise. Drag it down to these tufts. So true. It's never been truer. So now we will finally, if you want to, add little stray hairs. Especially good with highlights, so you can do it here. Up here this way. Doing it with this darkest color here. And then you can even add dimension to these stray hairs if you wanted to. So under the lighter ones, you can add the dark neighboring color. If you decide that maybe some of these tufts need more dimension, you can manually go in without having to smudge to fix up these little shadows. Yeah, that's how you paint, or how I paint. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it also makes painting seem less scary. So real quick, elevate this, I don't need her. Yeah. I'm going to do a time-lapse replay of just this part. So, here you go. My little process. So you watched it all, and now you can watch it again, but fast. So we did our little solids here, our markings, and then this is all smudge work. The up and down, y'all remember. Did extra dark parts. We adjusted the dark parts everywhere else in the drawing, and then we finally added a lighter color to add more dimension because it was lacking just a little bit. And we added the stray hairs for extra detail and finished it up. And there you go. That is how we did all that. So true. And our end result, very nice, very nice. And I'll be right back to show you the speed paint of the other drawing. Hee. I'll let this be like my little talking break because I've been talking for like 2.5 hours straight. So also towards the end you might see like a lot of like flickering and flashing because like that was me adjusting the layers and stuff. So fear not. Oh wait, oh, thank you for reminding me to drink water. Oof is parched. But yeah, everything that I just did there can be applied to everything. So with the hair, you might get less of the up and down motion, but the idea of pressing down to get a sharp and soft edge at the same time is still there. I believe you can also do this with the round brush in Procreate because it has blending qualities and also a sharp edge. So there's one for you, but I think I like this one because it has a little grain to it, so it adds texture. But for now, let me just play you the speed paint. There you go, time-lapse replay. But before we do that, let me show you how long it took me to do this. This entire thing took 10 hours, which is a long time for me. But yes, if I can do it, you can do it even better, I promise. So let me just time-lapse replay. So here, I was doing my little thumbnail. I wanted it to be a phone because I like the aesthetic, and I was like, oh, this goes crazy, okay. And so I blew up the thumbnail and started to refine the sketch. Having some thoughts. Yes, my little sketch process. So I was thinking of like little balloons and stuff. I couldn't think of an expression, so sometimes the first draft is the best one. So here's me laying down the flats and like ideas of the colors. I thought I wanted to have some text there in pink because it looks good, but I ended up changing my mind at the last minute. So here's me refining. So I started with the eyes, very clean. Still using the smudge effect to get sharp lines. So I'm doing everything separately. That's what it is. So I did this a little differently. I was still trying to figure out the way I wanted to do this. So I didn't start with a base, but it's much easier if you start with a base. So here's what I'm doing. I'm layering and layering. Having black in areas that are extra dark. Some shading action happening. Here's me doing the base, so I realized that the base was easier right here. And then here's me shading. I did each part separately, but you can honestly do it all at once like I did in the demo. So there's what I was saying with the little triangles at the top of the hair where there's a bump. Adds dimension. If you ever want to figure out how to shade hair or objects, look at anime figures. You'll figure out which parts need the highlight best if you look at anime figures, because that's the inspo here. Here's me doing all the little piercings. You can't see it that well, but there's a lot happening. If you ever want to be super detailed with your piercings, remember to add shadows under your piercings and it'll make it look so much cooler. Also really gives the pierced effect instead of just like a drawn on dot. Here's me doing the shadows. I wanted all the shadows to be purple, so it's extra purple. So you can see how this took 10 hours. I did every single part separately, and then if necessary, towards the end, that's when I started to like kind of refine. It's his phone. See, I'm using the black from the hair around the edges of everything now, because it gives it dimension. Soft edges where it's soft, hard edges where it is hard. So the back of the hand is not a sharp shadow, so it's a soft shadow. I think clothing folds is another tutorial thing, so I showed you how to paint digitally. Essentially, it's the same thing. You do the up and down motion, just not hair shaped. but I'll do another demo if I have time. It's giving me very much manga artwork that comes once you open a book. So true. So true. And you know that two-tone thing that I showed you earlier? That's exactly what I did with the plaid. On this outfit. Not the cover art, but like the volume art. You're right, you're right. I see you. Yes. Something that's especially satisfying to me is the painting of the bag. I'm so hyped for that part. Once it comes, you'll know. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm doing the sweater. It's pissing me off that the sleeves are different. I never bothered to fix it. Like the cuffs, one is loose, one is tight. I don't think anybody would have noticed that until I pointed it out, but it's... I don't want to fix it anymore. Working on the legs now. Since the legs are very like big surface area, you want it to be smooth and not too like detailed. So it also looks softer when you have less shading. More shading makes it look like a hard object. So see, I'm like cutting into the folds. So I added a little orange on the shape, on the skirt because my leg is there. So like there's a reflective light and it makes it look more 3D, like it's really interacting. Oh my god, this part, I'm like so hyped about my own art, but this is my best work. So there's the phone cord. I didn't do an actual spiral, I just did a little zigzag line and then drew on top of it and it worked out. So smart. I'm doing the shoes. I have these shoes. Actually, I have this whole outfit now, except for the piercings. I wish I was swag, but I'm scared because I don't take care of myself enough to do piercings like that. Yeah, I'm doing the shoes. It's a velvety texture. If it was shiny, I would have added a highlight. Oh my god, the bag, guys, the bag. See, very sharp around the edge, very dark. There's an indentation here. It flaps over, so highlight. The actual image of the bag was a very good reference, so that's what I was using. Here we can zoom in. Forgot. I wish I was swag, but I'm scared. New quote. It's true. Sometimes all that's stopping you is fear. The wings. Very nice. 3 tears. I wish Twitch could tell me when it was muted. Better. I straight up thought it was just really quiet. Oh no! It's okay. I've just been doing excited commentary. Those bags are so pretty, aren't they? They're like designer, but I really want this one so bad. So bad. But like, I hold myself back because like, why do I need a designer bag? But also the bag in question is this bag. I'm just constantly thinking about this bag. It comes in so many colors. Rarely does designer stuff come in so many colors. Anyways, continue. I finished up the skirt pattern. Designer bag should do more sponsorship. I said scholarships. Oh my god. Sponsorships, you're right. I need this designer to give me this bag for free because I could sponsor so hard. Please. Here's a phone. So, a little candy color. This stream has been sponsored by Gucci. So this white little outline there makes it indicates that this object is shiny because there's a hard highlight. And so I used a reference for this phone to make this top part clear. I don't know how to explain to you how it looks transparent, but just use a reference. It makes everything look good. Here we go. Will be my beloved. So I offset the numbers so that you could see there's like a hole where you put your finger to do the numbers and stuff. Where am I? Oh, I'm doing the rest of the phone cord. Dark on the inside, light on the outside, but little crescent moon shaped dark spots to separate them. Oh, looks so cool, thank you. Here's me. I think I finished the main part, so this is me doing the background. I love doing these clouds. Same technique, smudgies. It's just so fluffy and cute. I can do the process work for another one that I use this exact same painting style for because I wanted to practice. Add a little sparkle, some shine. I put it in other places like the phone, my jewelry, the bag. Here's me doing the shiny balloons. I think I had a little reflection here, but I think at the end of the day you can't really recognize it's a back reflection. This is the hardest part. I still haven't nailed down a way to draw shiny balloons because what in the world? The balloon rendering is my fave. I'm glad you appreciate it. My hack here was that I only colored a couple balloons. So like two, this white one and the purple one. And then I just copied and pasted it. How are they gonna know? They're gonna know. How are they gonna know? So I did the purple one and then I did a pink one. Used references for these. I should really use references more often because then I end up with my best works. So I copied and pasted it. The balloons, strings. Very nice. Now here's me trying to add my lavender lover or Azaratus text again, but I didn't know what to do. You can see me struggle. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That was my entire process for this drawing. 10 hours well spent, I'll tell you that. And then just for funsies, I'll show you guys another one. Those 10-hour drawings hit different, for sure. For sure. It's super, like, physically and emotionally taxing, though. I'll give you that. Like, took me forever. But it was enjoyable. I drew one of my friend's Sonas with the same, like, technique. So let me show you. The ones where you have full motivation the entire time and then you don't draw for the entire week. No, for real. Thank you for showing this one, big fave. I'm so glad. Thank you for asking. But yeah, I didn't draw for like 2 months after that. Okay, so I did the same thing here for my friend Sona. And here's my process. That sketch. OG Sen. Yes, it's Sen. Here's me drawing. I'm still in my era where I can't stop drawing this kind of dress. Like, it's just perfect. I don't know what to tell you. Fluffy. Yeah, fluffy. The cloud. So I wanted it to be a little like pink tinted. So I have a pink skin tone and a light purple highlight so that it still stays cool. Everything is pink. I really like this one because everything's pink. I really like how the white part of the hair came out. So the pink shadow and cold highlight. So here's me doing the little like shadow. It really gets better once I start adding the black. Like look at that! Look at that! And then here's me struggling to figure out what I wanted the highlight to look like. And then I decided to just do it by tuft. And it looks better that way. So I have it at the top and at the bottom so that it looks sharp and not like round. I'm doing the skin, light highlights, fingernails. I could zoom in. The ahoge. I love your use of cold highlights and warm shadows. Such a cool subversion of tradition. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it because like it's taken me a while to kind of perfect it in a way that I also like it. But it just all makes sense. The cool shadow really gives for like a dream-like vibe, which I like a lot because I like having the pastel tint. The dress was the hardest part, I'll be real with you, because I wanted it to be like bimbo shiny, right? So I'm struggling. I don't know how to add fun, funky colors and stuff to make it look cool like Clem does. But yeah. I def get the dreamy vibes from your work. Thank you. Wow. Doing the nails. Added more dimension by making the nails dig into the cloth. I really like the legs on this one. So yas. There's me doing the fluff. Love the fluff. The less shading, the softer. But you want like dark parts where it matters. Yeah. Because if you overshade, it'll look two-dimensional. Not two as in the number. Two as in two letter O's. And it just like, it's not soft anymore. It's just lumpy. Here's me adding a little watermark and stuff. I wanted to write send, but it looked ugly, so. And that's, there you go. That's my process for that one. I'm getting a bit tired, so I might just do little speed paints for the rest of stream today. Let's see. What are some other fun things I can show you speed paints for? How do you shade that texture of dress like leather? Look at a reference or latex. I think it's latex. Yeah. Just look at a reference and like the trick is to do all hard, like a combination of hard and soft shadows. I still can't perfect it, so I can't give you like tips on it. But I'll get back to you on that once I do. I still want to figure that one out because like I've got to be drawing shiny pant. I've got to. Here's another fun one. I really enjoyed this one. I haven't enjoyed art in a while, but this one, oh my god, I had so much fun with this. I'll show you how. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. This one took 4 hours and 46 minutes. Not bad. That's pretty good. I don't use time as like a factor for how like good my art is, but I just kind of like to see how long it took. So anyways, here's my time lapse for this one. So I already started out wanting to have like, I didn't know what hairstyle to do. I was so stuck. I was like, I'm gonna do this later. So did these little things because it reminded me. I think I wanted to do little strawberries, like little hearts. I think it would be cute if you had a character with this hairstyle where it was like red and then the little like bands in between looked like little leaves. Oh my god, that's so cute. Anyways, same with like apples or something, but yeah, that would be so cute. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But oh my god, and then if it was strawberries, you could add like little seeds. Ah! Oh my god. Fruit hairstyles, my beloved. So true. So true. And so here's me doing the line art. So some line art tips. Don't be scared, and also use a color to make it more fun, because even if you did like change the color eventually, I think doing it in a color, because I always sketch in color, it lifts the stress off by just doing the line art in color and then making it dark later. Cause then like it just helps. I don't know. It's a mental trick. Here's me doing the clothes. I really like the clothing folds on this one. Very soft and cute. I'll do a shoe tutorial next time because I love shoes. Actually, I think the next time I do a stream like this, people can give me photo studies and I'll do those. Or the ones that I like. Leaves. Oh my god, strawberries. I told my mom earlier, but like either somebody's growing strawberries in the wild, like in my neighborhood, or like strawberry seeds somehow got there. But like there's just wild strawberries. And I'm just watching them grow every time I go outside. Yeah, I really liked how the faces came out. I didn't like them at the time, but these slap. I did some flats. I think I wanted to render it because I was already rendering it, like fully rendering. But I felt like the flats looked so much better than the rendered version. I don't know. Even though they weren't like complete flats, I feel like they looked better. So anyways, my two-tone technique I used with the left girl's hair. So here's me making 3 variants and then just doing a gradient. So I only have to shade once. So here, I'm putting red in between the blue and the white to just like add a little spice. Oh wait, it's not red, it's orange. It just looks a little red, but add a little spice to the the shading. And you can do that for everything. Everything that you're shading, you could put another color in between. You kind of have to mess around to see which color looks the best, but it makes it cool looking. Like, I didn't add it here, but if like I wanted to, I could add a purple or a blue right in between the shadow of the pink of the sweater. Strawberries. I'm gonna start drawing once the stream ends. OMG, so true, so true. Let's go. Here's my white action. So I have yellow reflective light underneath the sleeve because her dress is going to be yellow. I could have also added pink reflective light on the sleeve because like the white sleeve is right next to the pink sweater. The reason why reflective light is so swag is because it adds more life and it makes objects interact with whatever it is you're drawing more. So when it looks like it's interact, it belongs together. Do not separate. Yeah, here's me doing the drink. I'm adding little dots because I love when artists do the little dots. Here's me doing the background. Yeah, it's so true. And then I added noise filter. It looks so crunchy and ugly when it's like this free, but yeah. There you go. I think that concludes today's stream. I will end off with saying all of my tips and tricks, my tutorials, everything is how I do things. It's not the right way, it's not the only way, it's just a way and my way. So if you enjoyed that, I'm glad, because that's just the way I do it. If you want to try it, there's no harm in doing that. I mean it in the nicest way possible, that I'm pretty sure, like, even if you use my tips and tricks, your art is not going to look like mine. I mean it in a nice way, because it's more like I'm not gonna gatekeep my tips because I think you're gonna steal my style or something. It's still going to look like a piece of you, but it's also gonna look like a piece of me. So it's like, cool. If anything, it's encouraged. So that's why all my brushes are free and my streams are free to watch. I don't have any paid classes, although it would be nice to be paid. Yeah, that's all it is. So thank you for coming. I enjoy doing these streams a lot. I think it's just like, I never it's really it takes a lot of energy, but I'm getting this for free. Dude, I don't even know if like my tips are like good enough to get paid, but that's my imposter syndrome speaking, so I don't know. But thank you. I'm so glad people came to my stream today. I have a lot of fun doing these, so yeah. Bro, I would pay for a course on that color theory. Maybe I'll do a more like refined version of that. I could do a whole stream where I talk about color, to be honest. J class. But yes. Thank you for coming to my stream. I'll be streaming again. What is it today? Wednesday? I'll be streaming again on Friday. Although that will be a Stardew stream, so I'm just gaming, being a little hilarious. And then I will be doing a first ever draw with me event. So what we're gonna do on Saturday, I think, Saturday morning for me, but it might not be morning for anyone else. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a draw stream where together we all draw the same thing. So whatever I'm doing, we'll do together, and I'll give you time to do everything like with me. And if you don't finish by the end of the stream, it's okay. It's okay. You can always finish up, or if you don't even watch the stream, you could just redraw for fun if you want to. And but yeah, it's more like you guys are watching me stream, like just stream normally, and then on the side, like on your own device, you draw with me. Like if you can have stream open on one tab and then Clip Studio Paint open in another, or if you're watching with like a phone, you can watch with your phone and then draw on something else. You know what I mean? Together, we draw together like that. And then at the end of the stream, everybody can post at the same time and it'll be cute. So yeah. Anyways, I will be seeing you guys then. But until then, take care of yourself, be swag, and stay epic. Thank you for coming to my stream. Good night, everybody.